This video is the beginning of a series of videos that will describe histology to the beginning student. This introductory video concerns tissues. The stem of the word histology, histos, is derived from a Greek word which means warp or web. The warp is a word derived from weaving and represents the longitudinal threads across which the threads of the weft is woven under and over to form the textile. But what does this have to do with histology, which is the study of tissues? The word tissue usually brings these images to mind. But if we look at the derivation of the word, it is derived ultimately from a Proto-Indo-European word which means to weave. So, in a sense, the cells of the body are woven together to form the structure of the body. If we look at the hierarchy of organization of the body and skip over the lowest levels and begin with the cells, cells are organized into tissues which form organs that form organ systems that give us the organism. A tissue is an assembly of similar cells and their extracellular matrix from the same origin, that is the cells, that together carry out a specific function. Of all the definitions I've come across, I like this one the best, because it emphasizes the importance of the extracellular material that is produced by the cells and contributes to the function of the tissue. This definition works very well, except with certain tissues like lymph and blood, where the extracellular matrix is not derived from the cells. We can place tissues into four major categories: epithelium, connective tissue, muscle, and nervous tissues. Epithelium is the tissue that forms all the surfaces and linings of the body. The skin is the most notable surface. But surfaces turn into linings when they enter the body as the linings of the digestive, reproductive, urinary, and respiratory tracts. There are also linings that are entirely in the interior of the body, lining, for example, the vessels of the cardiovascular system, and the lining of the ventral body cavity, which include the pleural, pericardial, and abdominal cavities. The epithelium that lines internal body spaces, such as the cardiovascular vessels and the ventral body cavity, have given rise to special terminology. Endothelium, as the prefix endo implies, lines the inside of lymphatic and cardiovascular vessels. The prefix meso suggests something in the middle, and the mesothelium lines the spaces of the ventral body cavity, which are in the middle, between the body wall and internal organs, including the lungs, heart, and the various abdominopelvic organs, such as the liver, pancreas, intestines, and so forth. Structures are derived from epithelium. These include various glands, including both exocrine and endocrine glands, and organs which are essentially internal organs, such as the liver and pancreas. External structures such as hair and nails are also derived from epithelium. Connective tissue is the next major category. You can think of connective tissue as any tissue in between the surfaces and linings, except for muscle and nervous tissue. This includes a wide variety of different tissues, which can be divided into connective tissue proper and specialized connective tissue. Connective tissue proper is called proper because, properly or strictly speaking, this is the tissue that mechanically holds things together using fibers. Connective tissue proper includes the various tendons that connect muscles to bone, ligaments that hold bones together, and the elastic fibers that give the lining of large blood vessels their recoil or elasticity. Specialized connective tissue connects in a looser sense of the word. Specialized connective tissue includes bone, where fibers form the framework for the process of mineralization that is going to give bone its hardness and compressional strength, cartilage, which is going to provide solidity combined with flexibility, and perhaps somewhat surprisingly, fluids that connect various regions of the body in the loosest sense of the word, including lymph and blood. Muscle tissue consists of the cells that provide movement. Muscle tissue is divided into skeletal muscle, which is primarily associated with the skeleton, cardiac muscle, the muscle of the heart, and smooth muscle, which is found in the walls of internal organs, including blood vessels. Finally, there is nervous tissue. This tissue includes nerve cells or neurons that provide rapid communication between parts of the body by way of electrochemical signals, and the cells that support these highly specialized cells, the neuroglial cells. This is a brief overview of different types of tissue that you encounter in the study of histology. I hope to produce a series of videos that will flesh out this outline with the necessary images. Please remember to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and leave comments. I appreciate the support of comments. Even one kind comment gives me the motivation to make these videos. And finally, here is a video of Apollo, who is taking the maxim, know yourself, perhaps a little bit too seriously.